And then we have this Aileen Cannon, a federal judge in Florida, who is hearing or heard arguments today from people who have not a fucking thing to do with the crimes that Trump committed when he stole classified documents and then refused to give them back after repeated requests, demands, subpoenas, until finally the feds had to go in with a search warrant and take them. And that became a basis for this crazy orange-faced son of a bitch to scream that, oh, he's being mistreated. Oh, the government is being weaponized against him. So now Aileen Cannon, and by the way, 2 federal judges in South Florida, it turns out, this just came out yesterday, urged this District Judge Aileen Cannon to not oversee the criminal prosecution of this orange nasty fucker when she was first assigned the case in 2023. That's according to a report yesterday in the New York Times. One of the judges who told her, kind of trying to mentor her, she's had 3 or 4 trials in her courtroom. She is stupider than I am where it concerns federal law, where it concerns what Trump is accused of doing. So the judges, one of whom was the district's chief judge, said that Aileen should decline to see the case brought by Jack Smith and allow another judge to govern the case instead. Well, Cannon more or less said, go fuck yourself. I mean, this is my chance to fillate Donald Trump without, having a nasty aftertaste in my mouth. So, no, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and continue to oversee this for my good friend Donnie Trump, who appointed me. And nobody can remove me unless I'm impeached. I have a lifetime job. At the time that Aileen Cannon was assigned to this case, she had already faced public backlash and a major reversal by an appeals court. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, but that's the reason Trump and his filthy attorneys love her, because she can be so easily manipulated, except for the fact that she's already made it very clear she's willing to do whatever this orange son of a bitch asks her to do. And she's doing it. But she'd already had a reversal by an appeals court over her handling of the lawsuit that the orange bastard brought that challenged the FBI's right to search his residence in 2022 anyway. And that's when the agents found hundreds of classified documents scattered about the property, including top secret documents. And the appeals court said, as far as Aileen Cannon's ruling, I'm paraphrasing, but they said, "Are you out of your fucking mind? Why did you say?" And then the other case was when she ordered a special master, so-called, to take a look at the evidence that the Justice Department had amassed about the criminal activity of this fucker, Donald Trump, where it concerned the theft of these documents. And Cannon said, well, I'm going to appoint a special master. And she did. And that special master had access to all the information until an appeals court said, get out of here. What are you talking about? And totally reversed her. So since those 2 rulings by appeals courts that said Aileen Cannon, whatever the fuck her name is, doesn't know what she's doing, since then she's repeatedly caused people, legal scholars, to question what the hell she's doing. And of course, it's very obvious that Aileen has slowed the pace of the case to a near standstill deliberately to protect Trump's ass before the election, November 5th. Now, the reason it's important to be fully aware of Aileen's activities is not just, I should say, what she is doing in the stolen documents case, but it's a clear indication of what the judiciary is going to look like if this orange son of a bitch gets in office again and has the right to start appointing judges all over the country, and this whoever is the leader of the Senate, since the turtle is going to not be the leader any longer, all that person will have to do is exactly what Trump says and stack the judiciary with people like Aileen Cannon. This is what we are facing. This is why I come on this little podcast and scream until it feels like I'm going to tear my throat out. I just find it all so goddamn insanely bizarre that we're at this point. I mean, millions of people could see this coming, not just me, for Christ's sake. So why did we allow it to continue? Why did we continue to allow these Christian crazy fuckers to get their claws and their talons into our system of government? How in the hell, or I should say, why did we allow that to happen? The reason I gave you all that Aileen Cannon stuff during the last segment, it's just kind of a lead up to what she did today. And keep in mind that today is just 2 days or 1 day after it was reported that these two federal judges in the district that she's in urged her not to take this case against Donald Trump. But what she started today, at some point, she began 3 days of hearings that could determine the future of the charges against the orange criminal son of a bitch Donald Trump, where it concerns stolen documents. And what the orange bastard is arguing before Aileen Cannon is that special prosecutor Jack Smith, who brought the charges against this son of a bitch, that he, Jack Smith, was unlawfully appointed as special counsel. I mean, you know, what these Trump attorneys have done in every single case, every single thing, and so many of these judges are doing for this rotten bastard, is trying desperately to either delay long enough till somebody can find a legal hook or a hook in arcane law in this country on which they can hang the dismissal of everything against this criminal son of a bitch. This is what Christian fascists do. They, in this case, they hire attorneys who will pervert the law in order to get this criminal bastard off. At the center of the argument that Trump is his lawyers are making in front of Aileen Cannon today is the claim that Attorney General Merrick Garland does not have legal authority to appoint someone as special counsel who hasn't been confirmed by the Senate. Has any special counsel ever been confirmed by the Senate? Did the special counsel that has been and continues to go after Hunter Biden, was he affirmed by the Senate? The Justice Department responds to this bullshit by saying the Attorney General has plenty of authority to appoint what is referred to in the law as inferior officers. That doesn't mean they're no good. It just means they're below the Attorney General. Superior, inferior, that's all. And that would include, you know, the authority to appoint inferior officers would include special counsels. As if this has got to be proved. Okay. Now, the orange bastard's attempt to nullify, to end the special counsel's work is, as reported by CNN, it is, quote, an anomaly among recent efforts from other defendants in different federal courts to do the same, because Judge Cannon, is giving far more time to weigh the challenge than other judges have in recent years. So apparently this is not a unique attempt by the scum who represent Donald Trump and his efforts to destroy the rule of law in this country. It's not unique. It's been tried before. But in cases before, judges have heard attorneys present this kind of argument for their defendant, and the judges have said, more or less, get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? Of course the Attorney General has a legal right to appoint special counsels. But not with Aileen Cannon, Trump's bitch. No, she is having 3 days of hearings. She's going to allow for hours of questioning about the authority of the special counsel's office. And the special counsel's office is at work in federal cases around the country, all over the place. Various special counsels. But you see, these Christian fascist-led attacks on the Justice Department's special counsel appointments, that, or I should say those attacks, have gained steam on Capitol Hill and in legal circles that are infected by this Christian poison. Oh, they're going to run with this one. Oh, yeah, let's challenge every goddamn place we can. The right of the Attorney General of the United States to uphold the law. Because if we can destroy the legal right of the Attorney General to uphold the law, then we can get rid of the Attorney General. And if we can get rid of the Attorney General, these Christian devils are saying among themselves, trust me, then we can get rid of the entire Justice Department. Do you see what they're doing? These little incremental steps, the little baby steps, right? Think how long these rotten bastards have been going after Roe v. Wade. Half a goddamn century. But they're in it for the long game, as they say. I mean, their bullshit religion was started 2,000 years ago by a bunch of crazy fucking Jews who should have known better. What are you doing? Elevating this carpenter, this part-time rabbi, to the status of Messiah. What are you doing? Oh, I'm doing it again. I know. Let me take a sip of River Moon coffee here. Or two. It's just crazy producing. At least it is for your humble and obedient servant here. Now, the hearings that have been going on today and probably Monday and Tuesday, more delay. And what Judge Cannon is going to attempt to do is throw out the cases against Trump where it concerns the stolen documents. That is her ultimate target. But the hearings in this courtroom where this bitch presides, it's just the start of this 3-day, it's being called an excursion into legal arguments around the case, including over the request by prosecutors for a gag order against the orange bastard, as well as an argument being made by Trump's filthy attorneys that the special counsel is being unlawfully funded. I mean, this is, what did I hear on MSNBC the other day? This is truly Alice in Wonderland. Truly, where the Red Queen makes the decisions. In this case, if it's right, or if I say it's right, if I say it's true, it's true. This is what this orange bastard, who is a direct descendant of the Red Queen, is trying to do. If I say it's illegal, it's illegal. If I say I have a right to do it, I have a right to do it. I am Donald Jesus Christ Trump. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. The Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.